Hi and welcome back to our channel. My name is Linda and this is Nepwood at Home. So today I wanted to do a haul video for you, and it's kind of a mega haul video, and it's kind of a mixture of things that my husband and I got for our birthdays, as well as things that we got for our antique booth, as well as eBay. Just to give you like a little bit of a backstory, a little bit of background here. My husband and I have birthdays, they're almost on the same day. I'm on the 14th and he is on the 15th of January, and so this last weekend was our birthday weekend, and it's an opportunity for us to kind of spoil each other, and you know, we take each other out to dinner, and then it's just kind of, we're on the hunt for things that we like or that we want for our birthdays. It's kind of a dangerous thing when both of us love to collect different things, and my husband spoils the crap out of me. So what you're gonna see is a lot of whoa. If you watched my previous two videos on my milk glass collection, yeah, you'll kind of understand why this is kind of a whoa weekend. Now I'm gonna show you what we got this weekend, minus the 4 decanters that we got for him, because he put them up on top of the china cabinet and I can't reach them. So I'm not a terribly short human, but I'm not the tallest either, and reaching the top of that and not knocking anything over makes me a little nervous. So that being said, I'm going to show you what we got. I'm going to start with what we got at this down and dirty flea market, and that was a lot of fun. I mean, we were like digging through this guy's booth. We found a beautiful piece of Murano art glass. Stunning. Paid almost nothing for it, and the comps on it start at $7.50. So yeah, so she's on eBay right now. So that's the only piece I actually cleaned from our dirty flea market. And let's see, everything else is, yeah, it's still covered in the dirt, but we battled the dirt, the bugs, dead bugs and live bugs, lots of spiders and mouse droppings for these items, and I haven't cleaned them yet, and so I'm probably going to take them outside and pressure wash some of them because it's gross, but totally worth it. We paid I mean, honestly, we paid $50 for, I'm going to show you all the stuff that we got, and it's incredible. And we did get we got 2 of my husband's decanters at this place that I'm obviously not going to show you. So when I do his decanter video and he's here to help me, I will show you those as well. Then also on top of that, we have a couple of antique malls we went to, as well as our own where our booth is. Super excited, we're getting a larger booth. It's a little over twice the size of the one we currently have, and well, I was super excited when I got the call and the owner of the store offered it to us. And we did have a chance to look at it on Saturday. I think it was Saturday. Yeah, most of the stuff came from Saturday, and then the auction stuff I'll show you we picked up Sunday. So a lot of the stuff came from Saturday. On Sunday we picked up all of our auction winnings, because there's an online auction group that we are a part of. Actually, my husband's a part of a couple of them. And it's actually a great source of getting a lot of things that we use for resale, and not just our collections. Although this time I did get a couple of things for myself. Normally we just get stuff that we're going to resell. But without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and jump on into this. Now, keep in mind, these items have not been washed yet. They are from the dirty flea market, where we were digging through everything and battling all the insects and all that good stuff. And Lupin has decided to take up residency in my box, and this is the box that's going to be putting the stuff into. Alright, crazy cat. Okay, so last summer my husband bought me a milk glass lamp, and it was kind of, it was on a wooden base, and then it was like milk glass, and then I think there was like something in the middle, and like milk glass, and then like, you know, you put your shade on it. I can't honestly remember because it's been a while since I've actually seen it. And anyhow, when he was in the process of redoing it, he broke one of the milk glass pieces, and I love my husband. He has been lamenting this lamp for like months, and I'm just kind of like been, okay, whatever. But we paid like $1 for it, and it was already, the base was already broken, so it wasn't like, I wasn't too traumatized by the whole thing. Especially since where we live, milk glass is actually pretty easy to find. I know in some places it's not as easy to find, but for us it's been pretty easy, which is why my collection has exploded. But anyhow, so to that end, he has been looking for replacement parts for this one. And so he picked up these at that place where we had to dig through everything in the hopes that one of these will work. They're the exact same, and I'm not sure why he grabbed two in case, I guess he was thinking in case he dropped one. But I don't know if you can see in there, see that lovely little bit? Those are the mouse droppings. Isn't that gross? And they won't come out, so that has to be like soaked out or something. It's gross. But anyhow, so there's those two. They obviously need to be washed terribly. Gross. And then, I don't know if I mentioned, I'm trying to find items I don't already have in milk glass, because it was like, if I'm going to collect it, I want to have different pieces and not just keep buying the same things over and over again. So this kind of, I don't know what it's called. It's supposed to look like coral. It looks like a brain to me. My son said it was like tripe. So I don't know what pattern this is, and I'm not sure this is. And this is E.O. Brody, and it is stamped. Isn't that cool? I mean, it's like, it's such a cool textural thing. It is kind of gross looking, but it's so awesome. Like, I love that. And I mean, as you can tell, it's filthy, filthy, filthy. So there's that. Well, that sounded wonderful. Luckily, milk glass is pretty sturdy. I believe this is called fish scale. I'll have to double check. But I thought that was super cute, and I don't, is this one marked? E.O. Brody as well. So I went from having like only a couple of pieces of his to suddenly having a lot now. But I think it's cool. I mean, and this one's not as filthy as some of the other pieces. So yay, score. Okay. So I have 4 of these now, little like soup cups with little handles. I have a couple of these in the lusterware as well, so that's kind of fun. So 4 of those. Oi! And yes, they are like extra filthy. So there's those. Okay. There's this dish, which I absolutely love, and I didn't have one, and I thought it was so cool. It has like the hobnail. It's not the super defined hobnail that you would see with like Fenton. So with like Fenton, sorry, I'm like looking at it down here. So I'm gonna hazard a guess and say it's most likely not Fenton. But it's still, it's a glorious little divided dish, and I did not pay $3. Just, you know. Okay. Now, this is the first, we have 2 other ones we picked up, but this is the one we got at this place. And it's a chocolate liqueur bottle, but it's made of milk glass. And it's such a pretty color. And so now I have 3 of them. I have a really small one that I think I showed in my milk glass collection video. So those are fun. And my husband likes them too because they're kind of, this is like 52 proof. That's fun. Because, you know, the decanters and stuff. So it's one of those things where our collections have collided. So that's always fun. Okay, these I picked up for resale. And, sorry, it's all very dusty and dirty. And there are these little baby vanity containers, jars, and they're very vintage, like from the 1950s. And so I just have these 2, and they say around the clock with baby, and they're super cute. Like you can see, even like the detailing on the lid and stuff is really awesome. Let's see, I don't know if you can see it or not. Where's my little thing? Yeah. Okay. And then, so they're very cool and they're very well made. So those are that. And like I said, those are going to be for resale. And I have a bigger one, a smaller one. I might end up putting those in the booth because I don't think they're like terribly expensive, but they're different and they're unique, and I think they'd be kind of fun in the booth. I did not have, I'm pretty sure this is like another E.O. Brody one, and it has that same kind of fish scaly patterning to it, but I didn't have a long tray, which I thought was interesting. And it's in perfect shape. Like, I ran my fingers all the way around it and stuff. I mean, it's just dirty, and that's fine. Dirt's fine. Yeah, super cool. And like I said, we got all of it for like $50, and I'll show you. There's one big lamp that's actually in the garage. I'm not gonna bring it in. It is beyond filthy, and my husband's in the process of working on rewiring it. So at some point when it comes back into the house, I'll show you. This is the like wild rose pattern to it. It's so pretty. And again, just kind of, and I didn't have any baskets, oddly enough. Like all the weird things that I have, I didn't have any baskets. So I thought that was kind of fun. And it's so pretty. Ooh, let's do there. Something else I did not have. I didn't have any saucers. Isn't that weird? Like, and I guess it's because I always have like little snack trays, and I do have saucers in my Anchor Hawking collection. That is the gold rim with the shell pattern that I showed in my video for the milk glass collection stuff, but I didn't have any just plain milk glass saucers. And now I do. I have this lovely pattern, like all the flowers, which I think is just stunning. So I have 4 of those. And I thought it was funny because I actually almost picked up some saucers the other day at an antique mall, and they were like $2 a piece, which I didn't think was terrible, but I didn't really want to pay $2 a piece for saucers. And then I have this one in my grape pattern that will go with my grape teacups when I don't want to just bust out the whole entire like snack tray thing. And I have 6 of these, I believe. Yeah, 6. So that was part of this whole thing. Okay. No, I'm not putting anything. Let's switch it there. I did find 2 Pyrex dishes. And these are like the kind that they would have used in like the cafeterias, in the service industry, like at restaurants and what have you. And they're in amazing condition. I mean, this stuff must have just gotten set on a shelf and like never thought of again at that antique or at that flea market. But they're marked Pyrex, and it says tableware. They're nice and thick, and so my son has actually asked for these because he's actually redoing a bus, and he's converting it into like an RV or whatever, and he thought those would be really cool. And so I actually already found him some vintage utensils, and they're like the 1970s, like late 60s, 70s-ish. They're kind of similar to the ones that we have because he liked the handles, he liked the size of them, and so I got those for him. And then I also have some coffee cups, the coffee mugs that I showed in my other video. I'm gonna give him those too, so he doesn't go with these plates. And then I'll just keep an eye out for any more of the Pyrex plates, because if he likes them, I'll just, I'll work on getting him a set of those. Another piece of milk glass. This is the Tudor Rose, I think it is, or Cabbage Rose. I think those are the other ones too. The basket's Cabbage Rose. I can't think what it was called. Brain goes empty. And so I have this beautiful little bowl. I didn't have any Cabbage Rose before, and now I do. I guess this kind of looks like Cabbage Rose too. I don't know, but I think they're super cute. So there's that. And then this is going to go in our antique booth. I thought maybe it was a chip in it, but honestly it looks like a defect when they pulled the mold. But it is a Mother Goose bowl. And it says Little Bo Peep, 3 blind mice, and Little Miss Muffet on there. And that says Mother Goose. Oops, I got that upside down. So I thought that was really sweet. And that was also with all of this stuff. The last thing that I found that's in this box is this mid-century meat tray. And it is heat proof. But it has that very mid-century starburst golden black pattern to it that I absolutely love. And I cannot wait to get this washed up, and I'm like literally like leaking dirt. Luckily it's back into the box. But yeah, beautiful. Look how fun that is. And it has like little feet and everything, so you could, you know, you put your meat on there, and then all of the drippings and stuff would puddle up and go down there. And I think it's a beautiful design. Love that. And then I think this was the first, man, they're so dirty. So when we went to that flea market, I think these were like the first thing that has been picked up. I found that meat tray, and then my husband found a set of 4 glasses that also have the vintage starburst pattern on them. And I think they're lovely. Now, yellow isn't typically my color, but I'm a nut for all things mid-century, so I don't even care. I think they're wonderful. And they are in amazing shape. I was looking to see if that's a chip. You know, considering they were just sitting on a shelf in this guy's flea market booth for, you know, who knows how long they were sitting there, but yeah. So I have all 4 of those. I think they're so fun. I love them. So that's how it all starts, a couple pieces at a time. Before you know it, got a house full. So that was that. We also found, pardon my derriere if it pops into view. I'll grab this one first because I can't. It's kind of weird. Obviously, if you rewired, I guess someone cut the cable. But can you see how filthy that is? But yeah, very, very dirty, but once it's all cleaned up and my husband rewires it and everything, I'm gonna see if I can't find another one of these though, because I have a shade I think that would look absolutely stunning on this, and it's just a smidge wider than this one. Typically with most things, like, you know, if they're vintage and such, we'd like to keep them as original as possible, but in things that I plan on using, and because I use my milk glass and I actually decorate with things, and I'm keeping them, I don't really care if it's been rewired and, you know, anything like that. Doesn't bother me. And I can't tell if that's painted or if that's more milk glass. It's hard to say because it's just so dirty. All right, so now I'm gonna grab this other one. Sorry about that. Okay. So this is a made in Japan vase, and there is some crazing, but it's an old piece, and it's like a bunch of bathing ladies. Because I think they're all supposed to be nude except for like little wispy bits of cloth across them. Or maybe they're supposed to be swimming, because it looks like maybe they're supposed to be like kelp and seaweed and everything. Very fun. Probably put that in the booth for resale. If not, if I haven't like researched this one yet, so if it turns out that's actually worth a lot, it'll probably go in onto eBay. Otherwise, I'll go in the antique booth. And then the pièce de résistance. Is that right? Pièce de résistance. This is the bowl that was the only thing I cleaned from the flea market, and it's glorious. I'm not even gonna lie. When I saw it, it had a whole bunch of stuff inside of it. It kind of was peeking out. I like the color. I thought, that looks like art glass. And yes, yes it is. It is stunning. Look at how beautiful this bowl is. And I don't know if you can see it, but it has little gold flecks in it. It's so beautiful. So online, like I said, this comps for $7.50, $6.75 on sale. So definitely not a cheap or inexpensive piece. She is on eBay. I'm not asking $6.75. I would never do that. But yeah, and she's heavy. She's like over 2 pounds of glass. Stunning, stunning, stunning. Absolutely beautiful. And in such amazing condition. Like, I can't even begin to tell you how incredibly gorgeous she is. Beautiful, beautiful. So that was everything from the flea market, minus those couple of decanters for my husband and that lamp that's outside that I'm not gonna drag in here. So give me just a second, and I'm gonna go wash my hands because they're gross, and then I'll be right back and I'll show you the rest of the stuff we got. And that was like the bulk of it, so it'll be a lot faster, I think. I hope. Fingers crossed. Okay, finally got my hands washed. Got that picked up a little bit. Okay, so we went to this antique mall, and it's called, I want to say the Velvet Bird. I'll have to look. I'm pretty sure it's called the Velvet Bird. And we went because there were, well, I had seen an advertisement for it on Facebook Marketplace, like you know, so like the ads and stuff, and like your area of things are being sold. And this lovely piece is what caught my eye. And like I said, my husband collects iridium glass, and I was super excited. So this is actually Vaseline glass. You can see by the yellowy color, it kind of looks like Vaseline. I don't know if you can see it glow. Like, can you see how beautiful that glows? I don't know why it's being weird. But anyhow, you can see all of that. It's gorgeous. And so I actually did pay probably more than my husband would have liked to have paid for a piece like this, but it's a daisy and buttons. It's stunning. It's in gorgeous condition. It's beautiful. It's like perfect. And it's his birthday. And I actually got this piece, and the reason why this piqued my interest, and I saw it and loved it and knew that he had to have it, and that's why we ended up at this antique mall, was because he had gotten these, last week, I think. He came home from picking up our auction winnings, and the guy that does the auctions, that started them, had these, and so my husband picked them up. And oddly enough, he paid the same for these as we did for that bowl. And but they're stunning. And my washing machine, we have a Samsung. It likes to sing to us. It always makes me think of the ice cream man. But yeah, can you see how gorgeous that is? Like, look, it's just so beautiful. I wish you guys could see it better, but the daylight lights are on, so there you go. But anyway, also daisy and buttons pattern. Look how gorgeous that is. Like, oh, my Atlanta. It's just stunning. So anyway, so he had gotten these already. And then I saw this in the advertisement on Facebook Marketplace, and I was like, oh, well, I know where I'm going to take him for his birthday. So while we were there, of course, my husband's like, well, I want to get you something for your birthday. So, and like I mentioned, my husband loves to spoil me. And so yeah, I got a lot from there. So this. So both of these came from that store, and this is a McKean pattern, the Toltec, I think it's called, or I think it's called Toltec. It's gorgeous. And a compote. This has the sawtooth edge to it. I think this is just called quilted. It's gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Love, love, love my milk glass, obviously. I'm sorry, my eyeballs itchy. And then, oops. I found this. And we actually went to this antique mall first before I went to the flea market. And so like I said, I didn't have any baskets, and so I saw this, I was like, oh, it's a basket. And so he got that for me, and this is only like $3 or $5 maybe. It was not very expensive at all. And the lady that had this booth, she had stuff that was like super overpriced, but this was not. And I thought, it's for as heavy as it is, and this like very awesome pattern, I thought it was gorgeous. And then my husband got me these oil and vinegar cruets, which oddly enough fit perfectly inside the basket. Isn't that cute? So that's fun. Okay, so those were from that store. Put back on the table. Oh, and then I got these lovely little salt cellars. Remember I told you I didn't have a salt and pepper shaker, so salt cellars, and they're just in the opalescent. You can see like how translucent they are. They're so beautiful. I love these so much. Gorgeous. And then he got me this. This is the Moonstone Clear Hobnail Opalescent by Anchor Hawking, and it's heart-shaped, and I thought, oh, Valentine's Day is almost here, so I thought that was really sweet. And I just went ahead and kept the little thing. But I thought it was so wonderful. I loved it. Love it. Of course I love it. Let's see. And then he got me, well, he didn't get this for me. He wanted to get it for me, and I politely declined. Only because I collect regular milk glass, and I do have some that's kind of the more custardy, yellowy color, and that's okay. But, and I do have a couple pieces of the pink, like I said, that live on my vanity if you watched the milk glass videos. I didn't want to start a whole new color collection. And that sounds terrible, but, and it's lovely. But this is the azurite, and it's that really, I mean, if I put it up against something that's like really white, you can see. It's that little pale blue. It's not quite a Delphine, but it's a very subtle, beautiful color. And it is lovely, but this is actually for resale. It's going to go in the shop. Okay. And then we went to our antique mall. Oh, and while we were at that one, the Velvet Bird, I think is what it's called, they had this beautiful display with these like fake yellow flowers or whatever, and they had it this ginormous vase. And she wanted like $18 or $19 for this vase, and I was like, no. So I left it, and I was kind of sad I left it, but at the same time I was kind of like, no. Girl's gotta have her standards, and cheap and cheerful is always how I go about things. So while we were at our antique mall, my husband grabbed, let me see, these two. And these two are empty. That first one I showed you from the antique, from the flea market, that one was gross. I went like this, and like it had been sitting for a long time, and it made this awful like glug, like oh, it was awful feeling. But so there's two of those, and I got my little hat I told you about that I love so much, so cute. I got my husband another decanter from ours. I'm pretty sure this one came from ours too, because I didn't have any candle holders. Isn't that weird? There's like certain things that you just don't have, and so a candle holder. And I finally got my cake stand. Isn't it gorgeous? And it's got like kind of a fleur-de-lis polka dotty pattern on it. It's beautiful. The gold isn't 100% perfect. I don't care. It's it's like never going anywhere. And I will be using this to display cakes and pies, and who knows what else, but it will be used. That's the thing I like so much about the milk glass though, is because it's sturdy and it was always meant to be used. And so you can use like hot beverages and hot dishes and stuff in them or on them and not worry about them, because that's what they were meant for. So I love that. And it's, it's thick, but it's so pretty. And then I had the grape one that I showed during my milk glass collection video, and then we found a pear. And on the back of the pear, it has the cabbage roses. Isn't that fun? I just thought it was really cute. And so it's got a grape, an apple, and a pear, but it's shaped like a pear, and I just love that. So there's that. Okay, and I think that was everything we got at our antique mall. Okay, then we went across the street, kind of like across the parking lot actually, kind of kitty corner. There's this other little antique mall that we always say we're going to go to, and then we never do. And they had this one room that had a bunch of stuff that was like 50% off. Some of it was 75% off. And it was awesome. There was some Westmoreland pieces that I probably would have gotten if they'd actually been the 75% off that she had originally told us, but they were not. And I was like, didn't really want to buy those. So give me 1 second. Oh, and I do have a couple other pieces that I forgot to show you that were from the Flea Dirty Dirty Market ones, and I'll show you those in a second. But let me grab this real quick. So we got this beautiful thing at the antique mall across the parking lot. And now I didn't really pay a whole lot of attention to it because I thought, well, that was beautiful. And it's kind of a silver plated oil lamp. So I was like, ooh, that's awesome. Except my husband, who is way better at this whole thing than I am, noticed that someone had completely gutted it. So I don't know if you can see or not, but that's got a hole in it. I'll take this off. So I don't know if their intention was initially to turn this into a lamp, like an actual traditional lamp, or what, but it never happened. And so we're going to turn it into an actual lamp. And I do have a hobnail milk glass hurricane that I'm going to put on it instead. And I think it'll be quite lovely. And I think like in a man cave or, you know, whatever, I think it's beautiful. Even with the milk glass piece on it, I think it would be stunning for that, because it's kind of more masculine, I think, with the silver plating. But it's beautiful. Love that piece. Found this, and it was like, they wanted $1.50 for it, and then it was like on sale, like 75% off. Have no idea what it was. At first I thought maybe trench art, like when they made them out of the old artillery shells, but I don't know what it is, but it's really cool looking, and so I'm going to put this in the shop, I think. And it's just a decorative piece, really like no purpose whatsoever, but very cool. So there's the, well, I'll just put this over here. Okay, then he also got this, and it's an old Candyland lunchbox for children. And it's actually in pretty good shape. So that's going to go into our antique booth. What else? Oh, these. Now, I have a little black light that I carry with me, and I picked these up for my husband and I don't know if you can see that or not. Okay, they're really little. We each have them on our keychains now because we kept forgetting to bring the big one. I don't know why, but for whatever reason we can never remember to bring it with us. These are always with us. And so while we were snooping around in this room that was like 50 to 75% off, I found these on a shelf. And they were just sitting on a shelf like this. And I had spent the entire day pointing my black light at everything. And so I don't know if you can see it or not, but these are in fact uranium glass. And they are refrigerator dishes. And they're awesome. This one was $3. And this big one was $5. So I was like, oh, hell yeah. Because my intention for it when we were out and about was I wanted to find him more uranium glass to add to his collection. Because that was my birthday gift for him. And so when we found these, I was like super excited. So there's those two. And then, so this was, and so I think, oh yeah, and then did I show you my salt and pepper shakers? So then on the way out, we found these lovelies. And they are salt and pepper shakers. The tops need to be replaced. I probably won't, I don't know. I may, because I like using all of my stuff, so I'm probably going to have to find some new ones. Because these ones are in pretty sad shape. But how fun is that? So cute. So they're super cute. They're milk glass. I love them. So now I have the salt cellars and I have a salt and pepper shaker. Very exciting. Okay, so to kind of backtrack a little bit to the Flea Dirty Dirty Market that we went to. These are the other 3 items that we found that I forgot all about. I believe this is a Pyrex double boiler insert, and then it has a little pour side right here. I think this would actually turn, and then, but it's all taped and stuff. I paid like $1 or something for it, not very much at all. And it's all glass. The handle's glass. This is all glass. And it just has the metal red band, but I thought it was really cool, so that's for the shop. Because I love mid-century stuff so much, and I'm kind of doing my bathroom in like mermaids and fish and that sort of thing, I found this on one of his shelves. Isn't it cute? My son says it's ugly, but I think he's adorable. And it's actually made in Brazil, and that's what it says down there. But I just think he's adorable, and I think he'll look so cute on my, I don't know why I put it way over there, you can't see it, on the bathroom counter. I just think he's really cute, and he's got like that the turquoisey blue and gray, but he needs a bath, so hopefully that'll happen sooner rather than later. And then my husband found this for himself on one of the shelves there as well. Isn't that fun? I love when you can find like little weird pieces like this in the wild. And again, included with all of it, so we got, you know, all that stuff from that market for the $50, which I thought was awesome. Very, very awesome. Okay. Let's see. Last but not least, we have the items that we picked up from this week's auction, online auctions. And I will show you real quick what that entails. So, a made in Japan ashtray. Very cool. And I don't know if you can see all the little like designs and stuff. That's like a lot of gold and everything too. It's really cool. There's that one. And then he got this one, and I think he only paid like $1 or something for them. And this one actually says Gold Imari. And the comps on this one are about $30. So I'm probably gonna put this one on eBay. Actually, I'm probably gonna put both of them on eBay, not for $30 a piece or anything like that. It'll be quite a bit less, but I just think it's pretty awesome. We can find fun things like that online or at the auction and then turn around and sell them, and that just makes it so much more fun, I think. Then also from our online auction, I got this milk glass bowl, and it's got kind of an unusual shape to it, but it has the grapes and leaves and stuff. I'm thinking it's probably Anchor Hawking, if I was to guess, just from the feel of it and the look of it would be my guess. And then, so I got this for, I want to say $2. And then my husband got all these glass fruit for me, so I can use them in my displays and stuff. And then I just looked them up, just to look them up for something to talk about. And some of these are going for like $30 a piece, like $3 a cluster. So I was like, holy cowbells. I had no idea. I just thought they were pretty, and they came up on auction. He asked if I wanted them, and I said, yes, please. So, but I think the blue is so pretty. That's stunning. I don't even know what berries they're all supposed to be. I think some of them are supposed to be raspberries. There's grapes, and then I don't know what this blue one is supposed to be. Maybe like a huckleberry, maybe? I don't know, gooseberry. But I think they look really pretty just even in the bowl like that. And then I got this one. So remember I told you at that one antique store, they had a vase. It was this size. But they wanted like 20 bucks for it, like $18, $19 or whatever it was. And this is an E.O. Brody also. This pattern is actually called Slice of Luxury, which I thought was kind of fun. But it's beautiful. I mean, it's nice and tall. And I got it for $3 or $4. Like, awesome. I was like, score! I was super excited. Love it. Okay. And then I got these for $1 for all 3 of them, because nobody was bidding on them. And I was like, oh wow. I just thought they were cool. I'm not overly religious or anything like that, but this is the Marriage of Solomon. And it's a limited edition collector's wall plaque. Everything is written in Italian or Latin, whatever. I think it's Italian. Which I know is Latin based, but whatever. Let's see, so there's the Marriage of Solomon, the Creation of Adam, and again, everything is written in Italian. And I'm debating on whether or not to put those on eBay or to just go ahead and put them in the shop because they're heavy, like very, very heavy. And then I have this one, and it's the Creation of Eve. This one is the only one that has a little bit of damage to it, and he's missing a foot. But otherwise, you know, he's intact. And so the Creation of Eve. And I will tell you right now, Adam is anatomically correct in both of them. And you'll just have to take my word on how I know that. But yeah, so those are all the three of those I got for $1, which was fun. And then let me show you this other piece. This is a vintage bean pot. Isn't that fun? And the lid's in perfect condition. It's USA pottery. So much fun. It's in great shape. I mean, considering, you know, how old it is and everything. It's mid-century, beautiful. The only little damage it has is right here, which I don't think would affect it at all anyway. But it's gorgeous. And you could use it for a bean pot or, like, you know, sugar, flour on a countertop. And I'm probably gonna put this one, I'm gonna try it in the shop and see how it goes. It may end up on eBay, just kind of depending. It's another heavy piece, so I try to kind of pair it with, you know, items that are a little more costly, but also that are easier to ship or maybe don't cost a ton to ship, is kind of where I try to stay. Give me 1 second and I'll grab this last item that I got from the auction, and it's pretty cool. Okay, so hopefully, excuse me, hopefully you can see, it's a shuttle box. It says Philippines. It's all carved. And it's gorgeous. So I haven't decided if I'm going to keep it or if I'm going to go ahead and sell it. I haven't decided. I collect a lot of the tiki memorabilia, tiki items. I have like a tiki mask, got a bunch of tiki cups, a tiki torch. It's like a little tabletop torch, salt and peppers, that sort of thing. And the idea being that at some point in time, my husband and I, when we have a chance to actually get the home of our dreams, I want to have a tiki bar. And so I've been slowly, very slowly, collecting items for that purpose. So when I was mentioning my collections earlier, I forgot that one. But it's a much slower process because they're harder to find. And it's not like a collection I'm actively using right now. They're not items I'm currently using. So I just kind of, as I see them, if they're cheap enough, I pick one up. Otherwise, I just kind of But I got this in the online auction thing. I thought it was super cool. This is something that would have to sell in the shop. I can't, or like local pickup or something. I could not imagine trying to ship this. It'd be ridiculous. And it does need some repair to it. So see what my husband can do with it. He's like a master at woodworking and all that kind of stuff. So see how that goes. But for now, it's here. And I'm really kind of tempted to keep it though. I have a lot of friends from the Philippines. I have a very good friend who currently lives in the Philippines. And then I have some coworkers that are also from the Philippine Islands. I mean, they're kind of Polynesian, right? So I love it. It's awesome. So that was that. And so those were all of our auction finds for this week. Last but not least, I'll tell you about the books I got. Okay, this is one that I actually bought my husband for his birthday. And it's on Vaseline glass. And it has kind of like a lot of information on the different makers, different things that were made in Vaseline and uranium glass. It gives a lot of the history of the pieces, which I thought was kind of awesome. Then, on top of that, like I said, we had gone to, oh, my other piece from the auction was a book. That's why I was with the books. Chickens, because one day I'm going to have chickens. And this publishing company, Storybooks, I love their how-to books. So, like, if you're ever interested like in gardening, keeping chickens, goats, cows, whatever, they have a lot of different amazing things. And this tells you all about chickens and what to do. So, awesome book. Great for reference. I'm all about reference books. Anyway, going back to the half-price bookstore where we got these beauties. So, depression glass. I find that the internet is amazing, but it doesn't always give you, like, you have to have a starting point. You have to be able to, like, describe a pattern or find or know a pattern to kind of find out, like, prices. So the internet for me is awesome for pricing. It's also good, you know, for real quick lookups and stuff, and I've had a lot of success with it. But when it comes to certain glass and glass makers, and we do a lot in glass. It's really hard to know all the time what the pattern's called, who made it, especially when you're talking about things like the grape leaf pattern. Indiana Glass did it, Anchor Hawking, Fire King did it, Westmoreland, amongst others. So with that all said, if you don't have even a general idea of where to start, sometimes it's just kind of daunting and the internet can be overwhelming. So because of that, we have chosen, well, I've chosen, my husband just kind of goes along with it. I said, you know, we need to get some books. At least that'll give us the background and we'll know what colors are true, and it'll give us a starting point for them. So I didn't get any of these with the pricing guides in mind. Prices change, they fluctuate all the time. And for me, it was more about the research and learning the history of a lot of the different pieces. And so definitely just strictly resource for reference and not pricing. If you want to find pricing, do that online. I think that's more accurate. But like I said, so Depression glass. This one is kitchen glassware of the Depression era. So love that. And this is 40s, 50s, and 60s glassware, which I thought was a lot of fun. And so we found these. This was the most expensive at $9.99. These other two were $7.99 a piece. So for less than I paid for my husband's uranium glass book, or Vaseline glass book, we got those other three. So again, super incredible. It's beginning our library of all things glassware and that sort of thing. And very excited about that. So, and then of course, like I said, my chicken book by put out by Story. And yeah, so if you're ever in the market, you're ever interested in like raising animals, a garden, whatever, Story is awesome. Okay, so that is everything, and that wraps it all up. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it, and I hope you didn't mind this super long video. I hope you found it informative, or at least interesting to see what's available here in the Oklahoma City area. And yeah, so thank you so much again for being here. If you like these videos, please like, subscribe, and share. And I look forward to seeing you guys again soon. Thanks so much. Bye.